Still love that one particular track. Hello there, welcome back to more the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue. You can just call me Stent. Last time, we ended up on a bit of an oil rig fire. Figuratively and literally, but hopefully that seems to be resolved now. It doesn't look nearly as fiery. And as you could probably tell, yes, I have been basically here a fair amount throughout the week just gathering opals. In fact, let's just gather up these ones anymore. I don't think we need any more, but as you can see, I've got quite a few now. The funny thing is that I don't think I actually need to go through the whole process of gathering up all these opals, because there are, or at the very least were, cheat codes in the original game, back when cheat codes were things that were just added as a bonus to the game as opposed to being paid DLC. I imagine if EA helped publish this game now, you could basically just buy like 10,000 opals for $10, I suppose. Also, there was a couple of bilbies here which I forgot to grab. Very good, may as well just get those real quick before we go off and spend some of these well-earned opals. Can't believe I forgot that one as well. I suppose while we're going, I may as well wish that you all had a fairly happy new year. I know that we're starting to get to see the back end of it now, but I figure it was worth saying nonetheless. I think we'll probably be better off going this way, because the shop that we want to go to is, of course, on the southwestern side of the map, and the red mission right over there, I can just pick that up on the way, it's fine. By the sound of it, it's another helicopter mission, so we should be golden. And I forgot that you could just orientate the camera a little bit. It's been a while. You can tell it's been a while since I played this. Since I don't remember in the you already did that one, okay. I don't remember in the GameCube PlayStation version you actually being able to move the camera like that, though I'm feeling it would also be quite nice if you were able to actually throw boomerangs behind you. Okay, so there are sheep here. I wasn't, my mind wasn't playing tricks on me. I figured since we're here, since we got the warp rang, we may as well just grab any and all collectibles that we missed off here. I think most of them were just in the same area, they're just locked behind that one particular area with the warp rang stone behind it. And yep, all the stuff here is respawned already, so if you want to go for the whole thing again, you have to burn through all those fire pillars, but thankfully the door is open already, that stays, which is a relief. Now I just have to remember which door goes to what. I will admit, despite the nice piano here, I always found the music here to be a little bit unnerving, mostly just, I guess, because of the surroundings. Here we are. This is where I meant to go last time. Can I get out of... Thank you. Yeah. There we go. Sure, it despawns all the opals, but I don't think I need them at the moment. Give me my platinum cog. And let's see what's behind all these. Weirdly, no picture frames, which is what I would have expected, but let's just open up this last door and see what was behind the last door. Let me just check real quickly, see what we're missing here. A surprising amount. I'm gonna admit that is a little bit worrying. Missing a bilby, missing... Oh, we don't have to worry about picture frames, just missing a chromium orb somewhere. It really feels as though this was just a whole bunch of stuff I missed around here, more than I was anticipating. It's like half the collectibles, pretty much. still have no idea how these fire eels work. Okay, red door, here it is. I suppose in hindsight I don't really know how exactly these eels would affect a metal bunyip like what we have right here, but then again, they can survive in lava, so I guess everything's a little bit off the table. Ooh. Okay, so I guess that our mission here is to just open up a doorway through there to, I guess, get some more collectibles. I think they're mostly just over around here. And oh look, it's more of these walkways, which... that looks breakable. Okay, so I think we just have to go all the way up here for all these collapsing walkways again, just like at the oil rig. And just go off and presumably... oh, there's actually another cog over here. Yeah, presumably there's some more collectibles around here, and... there we go. Can I please get up? There we go. Nice. Okay, let's see if I can get this down right. Doesn't seem too difficult. That's 15 out of 50, wow. There are a lot more in this game than I was anticipating. Okay, there's the other thermo bunyip. And there's the bilby. Poor fella. Yeah, I feel... sometimes just burning alive in the magma is a little bit far more effective and quick than just trying to climb all the way up normally. How about the new year? It's certainly gone off to an interesting start, let's just put it that way. The whole California thing. I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to mention it, though I feel as though I tend to joke a fair bit about places like California and Portland a lot of my earlier streams. There's the chromium orb. Let's just check, Mount Boo. Okay. So we're just missing a spy, which I think was more so at the end of the level, which I just missed. Not sure how much I want to go into the whole the whole California thing, because I know there's a lot of I suppose more average Joe hardworking people who've obviously lost a lot in the fires. Am I from California? No, I'm not from California. Thankfully. I'm also kind of amazed at just sort of ineptitude behind a lot of their leadership. Just the fact that a lot of the stuff that led up to the fire could have easily been preventable. Just a lot of removal of brush and pumping in water from Alaska, yet they didn't make a single effort in order to mitigate any of the fires. It just seems frankly bizarre to me. Well, I say bizarre. Whole lot of nonsense going on in California. Yep. You could certainly say that multiple times. Okay, so you need to get the lash ring up there in order to get those opals. Not that I need any opals at the moment, though. Out of my way, coming through. Out of my way. It seems kind of stupid that you could just do this. I am become Beyblade. I suppose that's another thing. It's kind of weird to me that Beyblade has just seen this sudden, like, huge resurgence recently. It's just I remember back when I think the first wave came out, back in the early 2000s, you know, with Dragoon and Dranzer and Drasil, especially Drasil. There you are. I knew you were here. Yep, apparently this thing is lava approved, along with eels in this universe. And, yeah, that's all of Mount Boom done. Let's get out of here. Beyblade having a resurgence? Apparently. I think it's something like... Whoa. Something like Beyblade X, if I recall correctly. I've seen a fair few ads for it shared around in various servers. Okay, so... Next stop, the red star on the map. This is the wrong way. Not sure if I'd want to just completely bring the stream to a whole nother to try and look for it, but it's just... Okay, so apparently, 4x4 pickup truck is no match for sheep in this universe. Good to know. You just bump off of them like the bumpers in Sonic. It's wild. And I think... Is that this playground? Seems like a fairly odd place to, Okay, no, it's just a playground with, Is this a hot plate? I don't think I've actually noticed this before. I don't know what this is. I'm guessing that's some sort of barbecue. I suppose makes sense given the picnic tables. Yeah, you know, you got the standard climbing frame. You got tents for some reason. Come on, we gotta go up the slide like in the wrong trousers. Let's go. Come on. Work with me here, slide. Alright, that'll do. It's a stove, Luigi! Okay. May as well just take the time out to just... I almost forgot about the star there. My bad. Let me just check here. There's some workers here. Are there any spies? Spy around here. I don't know, for some reason as a kid I've kind of found those particular thrillers kind of creepy. It's like, he could be any one of us. But now they just sort of look funny to me. He could be in this very room. It could be you. It could be me. Anyways, oh hey Duke. I see you got a whole bunch of crates behind you. Let me just grab those real quick. Not that I need them. You understand, it's just force of habit.
Good to see you, sir. Situation report is
I always like Duke.
During the last big rain,
I fairly got a fair bit more character stuff in the third game.
we need to get them back to the shearing shed before the floodwaters rise. I've got the helicopter all fueled up and ready to go. We'll use it to pick them up.
Yep. Another helicopter mission. This time we gotta save the sheep. So they can presumably be sheared and look presentable before going to the Ark. It's kind of wild just how much insane stuff seems to go on in Southern Rivers. You got bushfires, you got floods, you got snowstorms, just potentially aliens, if going by the first game. You know, robot invasions, giant lizard attacks, attacks by robot cannons. This sort of place that makes California seem somewhat hospitable by comparison. Well, obviously the natives here seem a fair bit more friendly, to say the least. You know, I don't actually remember all these cannon things actually being here the first time I went through this. Not sure if it's just a Mandela effect here, if it's just the game actually is personalized and it's like, how can we make this actually challenging for him? The sheep were dropping dynamite? No, I think you're getting mixed up with the the dynamite mission in the first part of the game. Here we're just picking up sheep. I thought there were barracudas in the water here. No, just some big, massive... God blimey, those are whoppers though, aren't they? Like, how many families could one of these feed? And for how long? It's like they get that one fish Gavin Newsom wanted to protect. All these could just feed a family for months. Well, I suppose given all these sheep here, realistic looking sheep, I can't help but wonder if, obviously the previous part mentioned meat pies with mashy peas. Is the meat in the meat pie supposed to be lamb? Because I know meat pies is a core part of the Australian cuisine. I'm not entirely certain as to what the actual meat in meat pies is.
Sterling effort, sir. We've saved all the sheep.
Bonza. Elle needs a hand.
Going by this...
Rex was exploring a sunken wreck when a school of sharks moved in.
Ah, we got to do with sharks as well.
Save him before his air runs out.
Oh no, not Rex. He was such a good pal in the first game, teaching me how to swim. Also got to remember exactly, I know there was a particular area earlier on which had places where I could use the warp ring as well. I'm gonna go have to have a look for them. But first, time to go to the shop. I don't know why, it's just drifting in this game feels oddly satisfying to me. What a slide. Yeah, I think we'll just go straight ahead. Trying to remember... I know there was a particular... Depending on where you get the pie from, most places just meet a... Ah, fair enough. I suppose it would be, as opposed to, I don't know, kangaroo, or horse, or goblin. You never know. Bunyip pies. Best level or worst level? I definitely know there's one particular level which I have a fair bit of beef with. That's more sort of a personal thing. I'm not sure whether we're going to get to it in this part, but it's one of the more notable ones coming up. As for favorites, I guess Mount Boom is one of the more interesting ones. Anyways, let's buy all this stuff. We got multi-rang, Thunderang, X-Rang, Kaboomerang, Omega Rang, Deadly Rang, and finally, making a comeback from the first game, Doomerang.
Catch it, bro.
I'm sure we'll test all these out in time, but first I want to go over the Doomerang because in the because of course we didn't know just how powerful the Doomerang in the first game was. It was assumed for the longest time that the Doomerang here was one of the weaker ones. It was just a straight up downgrade from the first games mostly because it had a lot more limited vertical movement and range. In this game it's a fair bit, in this port I should say, it's a fair bit more improved over the base game where you could barely move it up or down, but given that in the first game the Doomerang only does the same damage as a normal boomerang hit, little did we know this was still an upgrade. But, even so, while it is definitely a fan favorite of mine, it's not the best rang in the game. Now we'll go to the Deadly Rang. Wait. I didn't get the Lava Rang. Ugh. So we have the Kaboomerang. Kaboomerang here. It works pretty much the same as it did in the first game. We throw the two rangs and they just do that. And here's the Deadly Rang. You throw it, it has a longer... You throw one at a time, it has a longer range than the Doomerang, it has the same explosive damage. It's basically just a straight upgrade of the Kaboomerang.
What can I do for you?
There we go.
That'll ruffle. Catch it, bro.
Is the Doomerang more powerful than in the first game? Yes. Pretty much. So yeah, in the first game, all the Lavarang would indeed upgrade to the Flamerang, though it kind of leaves you to wonder what the real point of keeping all 16 ranks is compared to the base game, but it's fine. It's just a little bit more clutter than would normally be used to, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I should probably get out of here before I accidentally start another bushfire with these lava rangs. Let's just head back to Baramaji real quick so we can buy all the stuff from Trader Bob. Also forgot to mention, because I forgot, if you come up here, you can interact with this sign here and replay the prologue, which is a nice little touch. Basically, just play through the whole start of the game again, but with all the upgrading stuff, which is a fairly nice touch, even though in the base game you could technically do that using cheat codes to unlock all the rangs. Depending on which rang you use, you could technically break the level by destroying all the cars you need to destroy the battle bunyip, effectively soft-locking you. Can't wait for you to play for the third game. It may be a little bit, because I feel as though I got a fair bit of a backlog in terms of... Actually, are those palm trees I just noticed? I didn't think they had palm trees in Australia. I suppose they would, just not lining every single street. But yeah, may as well say it right now, I was pleasantly surprised with my experience with the third game, because there were a fair few missions I'd heard particular horror stories of, at least in... Well, at least in the initial release, which of course I never got to play because it was released in the US. Okay, the Warp Varang Crystal. Whoa! Seek jump. I think it was... Nah, this wasn't it. This wasn't it. I feel I'm just gonna wander around Southern Rivers forever until I find this thing. So I distinctly remember there being, oh. No, that's just racing. There we go, zoom in on the map there. The super-sized salty. I still feel bad for that guy, to be perfectly honest, just wandering around Baramaji forever in that horribly fitting... Oh, here we are. This was the area I meant to go back to. Now we have the Warparang. Of course, we can use it. I believe this is where it starts. There we go. It's a fair bit more awkward to navigate compared to just the Lasharang. I'm fairly certain you can jump right as... There you go. You jump right at the apex if you swing. And that's how you do it. No! Aww. So close. I think we may be here for a while. Strap in. But yeah, the third game... I could definitely say I have a couple of issues with the third game, mostly with regards to some additions it made over the second game. There is some stuff I like and some stuff that I'm not the most fond of, to be perfectly honest, though. A lot of the negative stuff I've heard is mostly due to some of the kart racing missions, which were improved in the HD re-release. Okay, let's get out of here and go ahead and save Rick since he's the closest. I forgot to get the stuff from Trader Bob. Alright, let's go back again. Only the most professional gameplay here on this channel. Gonna do it right here so I don't forget later. Design-wise, it's weird. I think the warp rank might actually be one of my favorite ranks. Mostly just, I guess, because I like the purple. This is a nice little purple thing on the ranks here. And because, of course, this is an upgrade to the Velasherang originally, it functions pretty much the same as Velasherang. Anyways, I'll take your gold paw, I'll take your platinum paw. Protection from the harsh Aussie sun and stingers. All roads lead to Krome. The happiest man on Earth. On loan from fair dinkum. In Slaw and Charge, things are different. The old 4x, I think, is based on Shez's 4x from Walk in the Park from the first game. For now, we'll just get Krome. Obviously, the Krome Studios inspired outfit. You know, it's the logo on it. And a fancy red stripe as opposed to the, more warm yellow here. It's more harsh red. Still gonna stick with this one for the time being, though. So Gold Ball basically works the same as the health bonus you got for getting all the rainbow skills in the first game, where it basically doubles your health. And then there's the Platinum Paw, which compounds on top of that, basically giving you triple health. So I just went from 4 hit points to 12. And that is arguably why this game is the easiest to hardcore. Because as soon as you get to Patchy, assuming that the cheat codes don't work on hardcore, which I'm led to assume they don't. It would be kind of silly if they did. But assuming you can get past Patchy and to that one opal farming point in Wobbegong Bay, you're pretty much set up to go through 75% of the game with triple the amount of health you would throughout most of the first game and all of the third game. Because as far as I'm aware, there are no health upgrades in the third game, making it, I'd definitely say, the most difficult to hardcore. I, at the very least, had the most difficult time with it. Well, here we are again, Wobbegong Bay. Well, the water's still looking weird. I would say this is still definitely my favorite area in the game, though. Just with the music and the wide-spanning beach, really just reminds me a lot of Rexmark's The Spot from the first game. Oh yeah, we can try out the Omega Rang here. It sort of feels like they didn't really know how to upgrade the Mega Rang, so they just made it into a multi-rang. In terms of horde clearing, if for some reason you don't want to explode things, this is your best bet. This is kind of... I kind of forgot how crazily a lot of your ranks just bounce between targets. Just how far it bounces, more specifically. Look at that, just one and they're all gone. I'm fairly certain it was through here, in this weirdly long cave with some doors in it. No real clue why there's an actual load zone here. I guess just for immersion purposes, but Ellis is trapped behind this door with no supplies, just trapped here. forever, it seems.
Ty, are you a sight for sore?
Yeah, how long have you been here, El?
Diving for treasure, but a school of sharks rocked up and now he's trapped in a sunken shipwreck. You have got to help him get out of there.
I'll see what I can do, El.
Hurry, Dal. He doesn't have much air left.
This sounds pretty serious. Better call in the sub-bunyip. Here's how the sub-bunyip works. It's basically just the helicopter again. Except now you're underwater. And, oh hey crikey. Hey crikey. Just multiple crikeys here, and, I guess you just have exploding aquarangs. Effectively, aside from an underwater skin, this really isn't that much different to the helicopter missions, which they really seem to just really like in this game. I don't think I want to be straying too far close to these holes. Sort of puts in mind the I think it was the Ark missions in Klonoa 2, or just most missions in Klonoa 2, where you just come across these massive holes in the wall, these giant worms that pop out and eat you. Freaked me out when I was younger. I think... Oh! I think I'm lost. It's not really showing much in terms of fuel. There we go. There's some fuel for the sub-bunyip. There we go. Unfortunately, you don't have a grapple in these stages to grab the fuel for you. You just have to run into it yourself eventually.
Ty, mate. It's Rex here. Those two the man-eaters had me pinned down.
Don't worry, Rex. I'm on my way. Just blowing up the entire shark population of Southern Rivers. And the eels, because nobody likes the eels in this series, apparently. Nasty things, apparently. Can't help but feel bad. Just... the eels in this universe are just sort of doomed to live miserable existences, being vilified by everyone and being forced to live in, like, volcanoes and whatnot. It sounds horrible. Anyway, here's the shipwreck. We blew up some sharks, and here we are. We just...
I thought I was going to end up like a bag of chum.
I'm so glad to have you back in one piece, Dal.
Too right, El. All thanks to our little mate Ty.
Hey, I'm not little.
Rex just called, mate. Boss Cass has sabotaged the pipes that carry oxygen to the Wobbegong Bay Sea Lab. He needs you to repair the pipes, and fast.
Well, since we're here... yeah, this particular section of the game is really goes hard on the sub-bunyip. This is basically just... it's like, Snow Worries... should I say Pippi Beach from the first game? The second area. All had stuff that was dedicated to the Flame Rang. Here, it's pretty much the same case, except with the bunyips. So it's like the first area is no bunyips, aside from maybe the battle bunyip. Second section of the game is dedicated to the thermal bunyip. Third section of the game here is the sub bunyip. And you can probably guess what the fourth section of the game is going to dedicate itself to. This is going here. Honestly speaking, given how long some of these sections are, I'm not entirely certain how many parts this is going to be. I was going to say 4, but now I'm thinking maybe 5. Hey, Rex.
It's looking grim, Ty. Cass wrecked the pipes carrying oxygen to the sea lab, and the scientists are gasping for air.
You can use the sub-bunyip to pick up the pipes.
Diplomatic immunity, by the way. He can just do this. He can just let innocent scientists... oh, we do actually have a grapple here. Can we grab the fuel? Like, yeah, we can. This really is just another helicopter mission. It's just disguised as a submarine mission. It's totally different, you fellas. Also, fairly certain this is not how pipes work. That is not the right one. There we... it's this way, I believe. There we go. And just like with the Dennis Memorial Freeway, we're gonna have to play, fit the shape in the proper place with Tetris-looking pipes as opposed to roadways. They really seem proud of this whole helicopter mini-game. They were just like, may as well just do it twice. And, from what I recall, things aren't that different in the third game, except instead of the helicopter, it's, a little bit of a different, type of, gameplay gimmick. Though it does involve flying a fair bit. I suppose, speaking of, I'm not entirely certain as to whether I should get into the stuff with the originally planned Type 4 back after Type 3 initially released. Because I did see the occasional trailer with regards to a potential Type 4. This isn't to do with the one which was originally released for Windows, the 2D side-scroller one. It was a, supposedly 3D platformer one, though from what I saw of the planned gameplay footage, I'm not 100% certain that would have been the case. And there we go, as the sub just graciously crashes into the blab.
Those boffins will be able to breathe easy now.
Literally.
There's a fierce bushfire.
Oh no, bushfire!
Gunner, mate. The locals need your
Just
help putting out the flames.
here we gotta get there before the entirety of Gunner goes up like Los Angeles. I do find it funny, by the way, that even though they haven't been able to contain the fire, as soon as it broke out near Hollywood Hills, they locked that down immediately. There's all footage of the Hollywood Hills catching on fire, and yet apparently that was the one. That was like the one place that they managed to contain the fire. It's like, sure, stuff like Palisades can burn down for all we care, but not Hollywood. Not the symbol of everything that, the only thing that people actually know us for, aside from the homeless population. It really is a shame, really, because I do have a fair bit of nostalgia for, at the very least, the idea of California. Or at the very least, just that sort of, late 90s, early 2000s, West Coast Americana thing. You know, the prospect of just, you know, rolling down the beachfront on a skateboard, going to join your friends, and you're going to the mall. The second biggest pie in the world, by the way. I think that was the one which really just sort of made me think, aw, this game has personality. And then you look and it's like, kisses meat pies. Don't ask what's in the pies. But anyways, yeah, just the prospect of, you know, skateboarding down the beachfront in San Francisco before going off to join your friends, and the local mall, hit up the arcade, just the sort of romanticized version of California, you know, with all the champagne and whatnot. Anyways, I think this is where the bushfires are. We'll start here. After a 1,000 point turn. Gunner. This is kind of interesting to me because, of course, we had at the start of the game the Gunner training grounds, which are more so located around Sly Shack to the west of the map. And yet here we have the actual Gunner, which is miles away. It always seemed kind of strange to me, just how disconnected Gunner and the training grounds named after Gunner seem to be. Anyways, here's this guy. I don't really like this guy that match.
Target's looking grim. Not only are we up against a raging bushfire, but Boss Cass has sent a few of his goons in.
Righto, you're pointing in the right direction, and I'll be going the other way.
You cracked me up, guy. Okay, follow me.
You weren't being serious there, were you? Anyways, time for another Thermo Bunyip section, because of course, alongside the Battle Bunyip, this seems to be the one Bunyip they put the most stock in. It works in fire as well as water, apparently. Platforms. I'm not entirely certain as to whether these platforms actually lead anywhere, because I don't think there's any collectibles per se. Mostly just opals, which we don't need. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, we're just here to put out all the house fires. And funnily enough, unlike San Francisco, Australia actually does have means of minimizing their many bushfires. Because, of course, they have a lot more experience with bushfires and people in charge who know what they're doing. Let's just put it that way. Nice to know that this thing also works in water as well as lava. I mean, certainly hope that it's at the very least watertight when going under molten rock. You probably don't want that leaking in your cockpit. Just slowly boiling you alive as you try your best to escape from a fiery... That seems like a horrible way to die, to be perfectly honest. Just trapped in a big metal coffin in a pool of lava. There was an episode of Evangelion that went like that, to be perfectly honest. I think it was the one with the funny suit, which the funny inflatable suit that Oscar had. I did watch Evangelion once. Kind of felt compelled to do that again at some point. It was the ending, let's just say, made me feel a lot better about myself. Also, kind of wild that oh, you can actually extinguish these fires. But I guess going around extinguishing all the trees here isn't exactly our top priority. It's like, yeah, just let the bushes burn. It's the houses we need to save. Quite the priority there. I really shouldn't mock too much. It's still quite the tragic thing to happen in any case. But I can't help but wonder just how much light of it the first game made. Because of course you had Beyond the Black Stump, which is sort of the climactic level going through fire and ice, and then there was just Outback Safari. There was just another bushfire going out, and you were just putting out all these house fires as you had the funny rodeo music going on. Oh yeah, these things are still technically on fire, but not as on fire, I guess. It's like, yeah, it's totally safe to go back in there, mates. Yeah, we totally cleared that fire for you, it's fine. It's like... It's just the same as it was before it caught on fire. You got your house back, mates. Funny how the fence still hasn't caught on fire. Just notice that. And look at this fun little... Look at this sailboat. As I completely destroy the Miranda accidentally. This is adorable. You know, just fun little sails there. You got the flags. It's wonderful. And somehow has managed to escape the blaze. Just get this all out of here. Still wondering if there's a means for me to actually get up on this rock here. Feels like there should be, but Considering it's just opals, I'm probably just gonna move on. Got places to be. The funny thing is, I say I didn't want to get into this. I was sort of hoping / expecting us to get to this mission this stream. Just the planets aligned. It really is like between the strikes and all the bomb. Oh, here we go.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that joke, I'd have about $17.
Which is weird. Which is not much. But it's super weird it happens 17 times in a row.
Be careful though. They're dressed up as extras on the movie.
Yeah, I kind of feel that sort of missed the point of that joke here. So like if I had $1 for every time I had that joke, I could afford for such a party. That sort of thing. Anyways. From the looks of it, tourist trap feeding sulfur rocks. King Squeaver and Pearl Hood. We're gonna do the Pearl and Squeaver one, I think, next, because I think with the Omega Rang we can knock that out real quick. And just say the Fair Dinkum and Sulfur Rocks are more sort of actual levels. So we'll save those for later. For now, though, I do quite like this area, to be perfectly honest. The actual river portion of Southern Rivers. Even though there's just massive, massive truck. I think I've only seen trucks that massive in, like, armor. From certain videos about just a whole bunch of guys just finding this massive truck just playing around it for ages. What game did I have in mind for when Tai 2 is done? I wanted to get to Emerald Legacy. I've been meaning to do that for a while. It's just, figured I wanted to get at least a Tai stream in 2024, considering it's the 20th anniversary. Which is funny, because this year is going to be the 20th anniversary of Emerald. Anyways.
We're under attack.
Somebody please save us.
I just noticed that Squeaver here has, is wearing crystal rings. Also, yeah, we could just completely decimate this. I say decimate, that's the wrong word. Completely annihilate this particular segment. Oh, they're invisible. I don't think I don't see you. Yeah, I think people tend to use decimate wrong from what I can tell. I mean, it's fairly easy to do, but it's still wrong. Decimate, from what I recall, historically means just removing 1/10 of something. Like when Roman legions would decimate their own troops, they'd kill 1 in 10, essentially. There we go. What in tarnation?
Wiped out our extras.
Why can't you just leave us alone?
But no buts about it, boy. You've messed up for the last time. Now you's get.
I've got an emergency.
Alright, fine.
In the Never Never time.
The Never Never?
A hiker decided to climb the sulfur rocks near Lava Falls, and as
Okay, this is just teeter-tottering Inferno, so we're starting to get to the end of the typical missions, but thankfully this time, since we have all the appropriate ranks, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, just one and done all of them, even though some of them, particularly Sulfur Rocks, may take a little bit. Crocodile Chaos will do, I kind of feel compelled to do Sulfur Rocks last, to be perfectly honest. Because it's one of the bigger levels in the game. Not the biggest, but still pretty big. Second biggest pie in the world. Oh, these are all levels. Oh, right. I completely forgot about that. Alright, we'll do Fair Dinkum first. Oh boy, it's the leeches from the first game. The ones which can't be destroyed by normal means. Have a depth charge. Okay, never mind. Alright, there we go. Die. There we go. Oh boy, more game. Oh yeah, and we get to check out the X-Rank as well. It's like the Info Rank, except you don't need to go into first-person mode in order to see all the hidden stuff. It's all just visible to you normally. Plus, it still works the same as the Zoomerang, so... generally one of the better ranks in the game. And definitely a priority pickup. Especially considering, as far as I'm aware, you can also... this is also what you use to, see hidden collectibles from your maps. Oh, there was actually a cog on the map there, I just saw it. Anyways, welcome to Fair Dinkum. This is a level I also quite like, mostly just for nostalgia reasons. Look at all these picture frames. May as well just quickly scrounge these up first. Love me some concept art. So yeah, Fair Dinkum is a tourist attraction, if you couldn't tell, by the massive crocodile mascot, which looks like it'll definitely be rushing you at 7 AM and I say 7 AM, more like 3 AM, and biting your face off. This definitely is one of the more linear levels in the game, from what I recall. Which, I think is mostly just by design. It's a tourist attraction. And look at these! Look at these!
G'day, Betty.
Ty, am I glad to see you? This is my boyfriend, Duncan.
We actually have proper Tasmanian tigers here, and, Betty's toy sister, who we didn't see in the first game.
Someone sabotaged the bridge control so we can't get up top.
Busloads of tourists are due any minute.
Is there any other way to get the bridge going again?
I'm guessing you both hit it off pretty well while you were trapped in the dreaming.
Generators. They're scattered all over the mangroves.
Mangroves.
I have to wait here for the tourists to arrive, so we can't do it.
I'll take care of it.
Thanks, Ty. You're the best.
Also, why are you a robot?
And make sure you hit all the generators on the way.
Just watch out for the frills, wild crocs, and flaming traps, okay?
Why do you have flaming traps in your tourist attraction? Is it just normal? Is it like again all these climbing adventures we have over here? Just here instead of just climbing through barrels, you're climbing through death traps. Okay, so it looks like we can't get those quite yet. Can I grab this, though? Can I get up on the game? Work with me here. I'm on your side. Please. There we go. And I think that's all the stuff we can get in here. I think there might be some other extra stuff hidden. Nice little ticket booth here. And, okay, no swimming. But it looks like a human. And, some cute little birds here. From what I recall, this place just has a lot of hidden switches in it. As well. So we jump up on here. Okay, game, what are you trying to tell me? Why don't I remember this place? Oh yeah, there's ninjas here. Die. You shouldn't have brought a shuriken to a rocket launcher fight. Just trying to remember... because I'm fairly certain there was a way for you to get over to... Can I just get up there? No, I can't. This is frustrating, I don't remember. That's the worst part of all this. Also, is that just a crate up there? Yes, it is. There is something oddly satisfying about just running up to a crocodile and exploding it. Gonna be perfectly honest. Okay, there's another platform there. There's another spy over there. Because of course there is. I'm gonna go back and check actually now that I hit that. Oh. This one leads to a bilby. Okay. So what am I missing here? Also, really do quite like the music in this particular stage. Let's see, X-Rang. Warparang. Work with me, game. What are you trying to tell me? It's like it goes up. Yeah, I get that. I'll come back later, just to, hopefully it becomes a bit more clear. So yeah. Quite the tourist attraction here with flaming death traps. I should totally bring the kids. Assuming that ever happens. Go on, into the ground with you. There we go. Just get out of here. I know your little bamboo stick routine is kind of cute, but I got places to be. That really just really feels like the one scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark with that one guy with the sword. It's like, look at me with my fancy swordsmanship skills, and Indy just shoots him. You know, the scene everybody likes. Ah, another cog. Fairly soon I shall have enough to buy even more items, which I won't use, because I'm perfectly fine with what I've got right here. What happened to this truck, I gotta ask? Like, how did you manage to get a truck up here, and how did you manage to wipe out here, more importantly? Okay, by the looks of this, can't really do anything more here. So it really is a case of figuring out what exactly is going on with this platform. Not this platform, the platform previously. Like, what are you trying to tell me, game? It's obvious there's something else that you want me to hit by going up, but, I'm not... I mean, this probably isn't helping. What do you want me to do here, game? Am I gonna have to bring out the guide again? Because I have places to be, you know. It's wild. I don't remember... I don't exactly remember this being all that particularly difficult. Let's have a look. Huh. Oh, there's another one over here which I somehow missed. Okay. And another platform. Oh. Is this how we're getting this chromium orb? Maybe. So it does take it. Oh, there's another picture frame back there, which I forgot. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about this anymore. I can just hitch a ride back on you and get that last picture frame. All's good. There we go. Deliscus. And there was another one back there, because of course there was. You gotta admit though, for a tourist attraction, the weather here seems fairly dreary. Or at the very least just the sitting. Just very much getting more Dagobah atmosphere from here. Though if you replaced all the fog with, again, spinning fiery death traps. Why did you install these? I get it's video game logic, but again, depressing. Yeah, it's like going for a holiday in Wales. I think we can just go for the Saw Blade. Again, tourist attraction. I can't help but wonder what exactly the thought process was here. I mean, if this was like a Special Forces Army training, I could kind of see it. A little bit excessive maybe, but I could get it, but that really isn't the case here, I think. I think I can get that from here. There we go. Right in the path of another Uberthrill. Do I have to go up? Okay, I have to go up there in order to get on the platform, I think. And there's just a, that's not a Bilby. Die. I kind of feel bad for that guy. He was just waiting for his big moment to just drop down and say, "Ha-ha!" I just blew him up. You can definitely tell this is sort of a very endgame rang. I don't think they really expect you to have the access to this thing at this point in the game. It's more just oh yeah, I can also use this to completely destroy Uberthrills. So that's always nice. Oh, there's another one up there. I missed. You dropped down too low, buddy. I'm up here. Okay, I think that's all the cogs at this level. I see you. But I can't hit you yet. Die. Sometimes you gotta wonder whether or not this amount of excessive force is warranted. Gotta admit, though, that being said, you do get equally, if not more, opportunities for violence and excessive damaging force in the third game as well. I do quite like the... oh. The return of the deadly speeders. I'll get you out of there, buddy. You're not going to be eaten today. For some reason, I guess I just don't remember this level all that well. I don't remember the spiders. Okay, just chromium orb out in the open. I think this is... yeah, we're coming up to the end here. And I think I missed a switch, but that's fine. I can just take this opportunity to gather up all the collectibles here. I think all these are picture frames. There's one. There's 2. There's 3. It really is just like being back in the first game. Okay, that platform doesn't move. Let's see what's in these crates. I never would have thought I'd see the day where just getting a whole bunch of opals seemed disappointing. You can tell how far we've come in so short amounts of time. Can I get that from here? No, it doesn't look like it. Right. What are you trying to tell me, game? I mean, obviously this leads all the way back to the beginning, but... Oh, there's another picture frame back there as well. You don't even need the fire bracelet to break those. You mean the flame ring? Then again, you don't exactly somersault into boxes this time around. You just throw your death sticks at them. Quite literally in this case. As there's no bones about it, using these is basically equivalent to death sticks. There we go. I declare this bridge open.
You did it.
You wanna buy some death sticks?
Awesome, man. Now we can get this place open and ready for the tourists.
That hiker's still stuck on sulfur rocks near Lava
Yeah, well, yeah,
Falls,
yes. We still need to get to Sulfur Rocks. Let me just check real quick how we're doing in fit. Okay, so we just had that one last cog to get, and then we're done here. I'd say aside from that little bit of confusion right there with that one particular platform which confused me, I think we've been doing alright. Do you move? You don't move, right. Trying to see if I could actually activate the button by doing that, but I guess not. Is there something here to activate you, I wonder? What tricks am I missing with you? But I suppose getting on the subject of dev sticks is... I did watch a couple of Star Wars lore videos, back in the day, and one that always bothered me is more so Spice, the sort of major sort of big drook in the Star Wars universe, because of course being a war, drugs are a surprisingly big part of it. I'm not entirely certain as to whether or not that was the intention from the original vision of George Lucas, but there we go. But at least with the first movie. One thing that always stood out to me with the Acolytes, especially, was the fact that in the infamous third episode, all the two twins want spice creams. Obviously, a play on ice creams, but the fact that spice in Star Wars is a drug, that just sounds like the equivalent of giving kids hash brownies. What am I missing here? Oh. I could just blow up that rock. Almost certain they didn't intend that. I mean, given who was involved in making the Acolytes, it's, I wouldn't be surprised either way, let's just put it that way. I'm sure hash brownies were really quite popular on the island. Just want to be a cute, quirky Star Wars pun on ice cream? Probably. I would say benefit of the doubt, but I'm not sure the people behind the Acolyte really deserve the benefit of the doubt. I think we're done with fading him. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Legit would not be... It's the Acolyte, legit would not be shocked. Exactly. Hey, DX. Yeah, we just got everything. Just got all the weapons here early on in the stream. I probably could have used a cheat code for it, but I decided not to. Just, I guess it's more so the, old Pokemon fan in me wanting to retain at least some integrity. Integrity over convenience, I suppose is a way to put it. But now it's more so just... Is it really worth it? Because I got stuff to do. It's like I could sit here and just spend hours trying to catch this every single legendary in a Pokeball and just use whatever's available to me, I suppose. Or spend ages trying to grind up a competitive worthy team the legitimate way, or just actually manage to get some stuff done with them by putting them in the game almost instantly with via alternative means, which I'm probably not going to get into the whole competitive Pokemon thing now. I think I've made my points in some earlier streams prior, but I do get the sense that here we are, the wetlands. There's a little bit of behind the timeness with how competitive Pokemon works. Are you spies? You're not spies. I do quite like the atmosphere of the wetlands here, but there is admittedly one particular section which rather quite freaked me out here as a kid. Stumbling across it accidentally. Where are the Trylands? We've been driving through them the entire time. With all the dusty roads. Also... Okay, it's not here. I know there's a particular place in this particular area which leads to a different part of the map, which sort of makes this one of the more annoying ones to try and 100% from what I recall. Okay, so I think we just have to... Looks like we have to activate all 3 switches. But this place seems like it'd be the most human thing in the world, but... I think it's more so just the skybox which I like in particular. There we go. And that lowers the platform. I have been wondering actually whether or not I want to stream more Pokemon games, because I'd kind of gotten to the point where I feel I'd be more so happy sticking with, like, the first 3 gens, mostly because, I kind of feel finding a way of streaming gens 4 and 5 is going to be a little bit awkward, and it's going to be a cold day in hell when I touch, BDSP again. In Tasmania, don't think the Trylands, but this isn't Tasmania, it's Australia. It's Australia. Nice little viewing platform here. Just stuff like this just really adds to the sort of atmosphere of this place. If you get what I mean. Probably not. Why is there a crate up there? Why? Why are you doing this game? Why is it there? What is it for? I never noticed this as a kid. But it's just opals. Why? Due to the whole thing with it? Yeah, pretty much. Because one way or another I could potentially stream on hardware with the first 3 games, considering they're all Game Boy, but not so much with DS games, because I I don't have a 3DS capture card. Oh, here we go. I don't think this is quite the area, but, areas like this just freak me out as a kid. Just massive spider nests filled with the damn things. I hope this is the worst one, but it's still pretty bad. Just hope you don't like spiders, kids, because they're all over the place here. Let's just go in. Here we go. This is the hidden area, which I spent ages trying to find when I was a kid. Here you have to just beat up the Überfrills. The Überfrills. I really just want to say it was a German accent, or an approximation of the German accent. I mean, I get that the DS was quite revolutionary for its time, and I do have a lot of fond memories with DS games, but in terms of preservation, they're kind of a nightmare. It wouldn't be so bad if there was a way for you to actually play. They actually accounted for DS games on the Switch, but they didn't. Okay, fairly certain they don't care if I use copyright emulators. Then again, I'm fairly certain they wouldn't be too fond of me streaming via actually streaming on GameCube, as far as I'm aware, with Nintendo especially. Apparently having a problem with capture cards, from what I recall. Anyway, it's time to go. Oh, all the spiders are still dead. Good. I don't know what it is about this particular area in general with this crystal, but it really sort of gives me old fantasy game vibes. I mean, probably not World of Warcraft since I didn't really grow up with it, but something about this image right here feels oddly nostalgic to me outside of this game. As in here, we just get another tree climbing segment, just like in the last part. Nintendo was... yeah. I've heard them being compared to Disney a fair bit in terms of their equivalent in video games. I do definitely see it in terms of how they treat their customer base, and I suppose more being seen as the sort of cornerstone to wholesome content, if that makes any sense. Reminds me a lot of the climbing section of Rayman. Oh, yeah. I think I do technically have Rayman Revolution, but I don't have a functioning memory card. It's kind of weird. This always seemed weird to me. My memory cards for my GameCube, as far as I'm aware, still work. Yet all the memory cards I have for the PlayStation 2 corrupted. It just seems super, super strange to me. Anyways, I think I got everything in here. Let's go. Let's get out. I just realized these frogs here have like dog collars on them. I guess as a play on bulldog, bullfrog. They are pretty hostile like bulldogs, I must admit. Though they probably would have been better off going with pit bulls. Memory card straight out of 2002. Yeah! It's crazy how robust the Nintendo memory cards seem. There's like... Okay, so that's how it is. That's how it is. Okay. It's one of these timed things. Okay. I'm fairly certain I could still find a way of playing Rayman 2. Is this, No, this isn't the area I was thinking of. There is one particular area which I distinctly have not very happy memories of in this this area. I mean, I do like it, it's just that one area I wasn't expecting it, and it just freaked me out as a kid. Ah, spikes up here. Where do you lead? Up. Another cog. Very nice. Don't know why I'm talking like this. Okay, there's just one more left by the looks of it. Okay, we're getting up to the end, I believe. And this is the section which, had the area would freak me out as a kid. Let me just, go in here real quick. As you mentioned, Rayman 2. This was the part. As it's dark, there's webs everywhere, there's spiders. You can't really see them all, they come out of the shadows and they swarm you and it's horrible. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, here's Goober Speed. One of them spiders? The spiders weren't purple, though. What are you getting at, Goober Steve?
I'm avoiding them. They look, but they won't find me. No way. I think they might be attracted to orange rat smells. Listen, if I give you these, will you go away?
Definitely see what we're unsettling. Yeah, especially if you weren't expecting it. Yeah. To me, that just felt horrible to go through as a kid. When I discovered that segment. Anyways, here's this segment instead.
Over here, mate. Look, Clarence, it's Bush Rescue here to help us out.
What's the problem?
Me crocs have gotten out of that cage, and me son Clarence here is a bit frightened. It's
A bit frightened, you say?
Keep him comfortable.
I'll keep him comfort, you say. I'm sure you're very good at that with that particular muscle build. I swear, he must smell of just cigarettes constantly. Anyways, let's go. Time to bully the crocodiles. Get in there, you fools. Not entirely certain this is the, expect the intended way to do it, but, I'm doing it nonetheless. Okay, there's one more. Where is this? Oh, there's a, I was gonna say, none of you are spies? You can't fool me. Anyways, time to bit you with your multi-rang, which now that I have the Omega Rang is basically useless. Get in the cage, you. I am coming to beat you to death.
Beauty bottle of Bonza, mate. You handle those crocs like a real pro.
A real pro, you say?
Well, I have had some experience with crocs before.
Mostly blowing them up.
Again for the help. Little Clarence here is feeling much better now.
Oh dear.
He's a little larrikin, he is. Takes after his Uncle Dennis, he does. He's
Uh-huh.
always getting in his scrapes. Isn't that right, mate?
I do kind of like how no one can see past Dennis except us.
I can feel it in me bones.
Mate, you wouldn't read 'em.
I haven't. Something kind of tells me differently.
Another top secret invention. This time it's the Shadow Drive.
Shadow
She's
Drive.
at one of Cass's loading docks just off the coast. Usual drill. Check your map and get over there right away.
That doesn't sound good. Anyways, you know what? I take it back. We definitely made good time this particular time around. Now, it's time to go into this particular area and get the rest of the pickups. Chromium Orb. And... is the cog the last thing? We're already... no, that's just Baramagi Tan. Still a whole bunch of picture frames I haven't found. That's kind of strange. Seven Rivers, still have some chromium orbs to find, and some spies. Wetlands, more picture frames. And I think, except for that cog, that's pretty much it. Alright. I'm warning you, I'm armed. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Just, surprisingly docile little things, these ones. Now I gotta go over all the way around and find these picture frames. Are they here? It would be amazing if they were just all here. No, it just seems to be 2 of them. Maybe 3. I could definitely see a invisible crate over there. Guessing they're just invisible crates, so we'll just have to make our way back using the infrared. Doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, aside from the spiders, I'd say this is generally quite a nice little area to hang out in. You know, that and the vicious bullfrogs which would tear any 4-year-old's face off. 4-year-old spotted. I shouldn't laugh, but it's still at the very least a little bit amusing. Okay, if there's one. And there's another one around here somewhere, I think. Yeah, you can sort of tell that they don't expect you to have all the rangs right away, because they still have these exploding crates. Which, unlike Crash Bandicoot, you can jump on. Surprisingly more robust, it seems. Well, there seems to be an invisible crate over there. Are you the last one? Will you be the one who sets me free from this level? The answer is yes. And that means wetlands complete. And all that's left is sulfur rocks. I don't really have all that fond memories of this area either, to be brutally honest. For now, though, let's just put our best foot forward. As Sulfur Rocks waits for no one. Let's get this show on the road. And yeah, Fluffy is just right by the second biggest pie in the world. Which sort of obviously leads me to wonder, what's the first largest pie in the world? It makes you think. Anyways, here we are, the entrance to Sulfur Rocks. Which has street lights, of all things. I think up here there's another spy. Could be wrong. I wonder what they're doing over there, to be brutally honest. Could have sworn there was another spy in this area. Maybe you at the very least think it. Oh wait, I can actually try out the Doomerang here. The nice thing is, it also has remote detonation. You can just, boop. You just throw it into a bunch of baddies and just, again, remote detonate it. It's like this and the version of the Doomerang in the third game. I gotta... How dare you? Yeah, this particular iteration of the Doomerang is, better, I'd say. Also, we get this lovely little segment. Remember this? Remember the icebergs in Final Fantasy VII? Now we get to do it again. Okay, so we have to go over here. We have to go over here. We have to go over here. Ah, there's another flower over there, it seems. Okay. I don't exactly remember the particular combination you need to go through here, but, yeah, I'm sure you've seen this particular setup before. very least, we still get to relax to this very nice music. Ah, there we go. Got there eventually. Could have sworn there was a spy in this particular segment. Ah, well. You gotta go up that far for these opals. Not that you really need them at this point. Anyways, without any further ado, Sulphur Rocks, here we come. There, at least I do like the music. Sulphur Rocks. This place is pretty big, if you couldn't tell. A whole lot of segments involving the Battle Bunyip as well. It's just casually sat there. We don't really need it at this point, but it's there if you want it. I still kind of find that funny, to be perfectly honest. Just the multiple bites as the Frill is just panicking to get away from you. So, Battle Bunyip seems to be locked to this particular area, and given the walking arsenal we are now, I don't think we necessarily need it. I expect us to spend the majority of this stream just wandering hopelessly lost around this area, as it is. Yes, it is quite large, but at the same time, quite a few different collectibles we can get around here, as far as I recall. Like, obviously a lot of cogs. I'm not 100% certain, but I think this is one of the few areas where the map also... No, it's not the map also changes, it actually loads partway through the map when you get a Julius fun fact, which is the way in which the game indicates that to you. 2 picture frames, wow. You can sort of tell we're in for it now. I think Sulphur Rocks is one of those places where they sort of expect you to have at least some upgraded ranks at this point. Nice. Of course, the game, at the very least for Teeter-Tottering Inferno, expects you to have at least the Freezer Rang. Which, I think technically you just need the Frosty Rang, but the Freezer Rang is... I suppose more, preferable. Literally just waltzing into Sulphur Rocks with a bazooka, essentially. Which... Excuse me. Doesn't really feel kind of apt given a particular incident that happens in the 3rd game. I won't spoil this, it is quite funny when it happens, even if it is a little bit out of nowhere. And for this cog, we just have to, as far as I'm aware, just Spider-Man over to this one. Nope. This is the last hook. That one wasn't too bad. I gotta admit, just looking around at the with all the wallabies and the greenery and just the redness of the actual area, it does really bring to mind Rainbow Cliffs for me. So I guess I can't be too mad at it because I definitely like Rainbow Cliffs a lot. I like how there's just a cog hidden behind a saw blade. If there's items like this in the open, you know there's just a whole bunch of hiding spaces which the game is just gonna tease you with. Like right here, for instance. A whole bunch of invisible platforms. We'll go through these first. Yeah, just a Bilby right above a cog. This really starting to get the feel for this being more, sort of classic tie, if that makes any sense. Really starting to feel like the first game in this sense. Just rushing through all these levels, gathering up as many collectibles as you can find as the bitrate tanks. Not sure if that's just my internet or, OBS just acting up again. We'll just, wait a little bit for it to stop freaking out as we vibe to the music a little bit more. So hopefully your weekend's been going alright so far. Okay, I think we're good. Just need to be a bit more mindful, I think. Hopefully this won't be as much of a problem with tomorrow's stream, or even better, when I eventually do get to Emerald Legacy, because I have been looking forward to playing that a lot. It's just sort of this sort of ultimate version of the... Oh! We actually do get a lifter bunyip section here. I think this is the first time we actually get to use the lifter bunyip. Assuming that you already got the key by this point, which I have. The lifter bunyip, despite its name, kind of sucks, admittedly. It doesn't have a hover, it just has a jump. It's, you have this, very funny looking punch where you just casually slap someone outside the head. Just like, yeah. And the main thing with the lifter bunyip is you come over to this, and you lift stuff. And you go even slower while doing it, and then you just throw the rocks, presumably, at the enemy. Get over here, you. Slap fight, slap fight. I'd say at the very least we are making good progress for this area, it seems. Or at least it feels like. Obviously we haven't gotten to the main objective yet, or any of the side objectives for that matter, but I'd say we're making good time. I dare even say once we got through this, we might actually be able to afford our second map. Ooh. Yeah, I think we're starting to get to sort of the main quote-unquote hub area of Sulphur Rocks, this more sort of central area by the lake. Thought there was a little cave there for a second there. It's like the ultimate in content. You got me semi-familiar with this game, but at the same time not. You know, at least there was something around here. Most of this is something that sort of messed me up as a kid. The fact that you could actually climb on this, this little bit here. I don't think I've ever actually realized that as a kid. More so just playing through the HD version, I realized, oh, you can actually do that, and it's super, super useful for navigating this area. What the heck? That does feel quite satisfying, just managing to delete some of the most powerful enemies in the game with just a couple of attacks. I suppose in a way these games really weren't afraid to let you break them in half in a way. Like, yeah, you got enough, you're able to afford the super powerful stuff, I'll let you have it. Seems to be... oh. For some reason I didn't notice you at first. How exactly are you supposed to get up to this bench? I mean, it's At the very least, you want it to be a little bit more out here so you can properly see stuff, but alternatively, it was just, why? Why are you like this? I'm just gonna explore a little bit more of this area, because obviously there's a chromium orb over there, which I want. And a Bilby. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go do the southern portion first, before we go out and out and do the objectives. Just try to clear out as much of this as I can beforehand. I think this is the part where you get the load zone normally, because I remember this particular area being quite big. It's like this area is so big that you actually had to load it mid-level. It's very efficient like that. Oh, we're coming up to this section, I own spiders as well, wonderful. Kind of forgot about that, to be brutally honest. Obviously the game just expects you to have the last rank at this point. Just need one more chromium orb and we can get our second map. Alright, I suppose since we're here, we may as well do this mission. At least I'm fairly certain this is the mission I'm thinking of. No, it's not this one. I was mistaken. Just there's another particular mission in this level which I hated as a kid. And sort of sold me on the fact of this being the definitive version of this game. But, we'll get there when we get there. Die. More... Oh yes, picture frames. Gonna have to remember to just have this on by default. But I suppose first and foremost, it's time for us to go, sap into the, that one particular area, sulfur rocks. The one which doesn't take... Okay, you can just go over there using a bridge. That's neat. This particular area, with all the benches. Supposedly a nice little park, but looks can be deceiving. As this is another gauntlet. Hello, Yee. Hopefully you've been having a decent evening. We're just currently wandering around Sulphur Rocks trying to find as many collectibles as we can. Oh, and we actually do get the cricket bat lizards from the first game here. Okay. Could have sworn they were in this game. There's the spy. I knew there was one around here. There we go. Funny little Mega Man disappearing platform. Gonna stream Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories or Twofer. That's kind of interesting, because I feel where I am right now, I definitely do have a choice. I could obviously just go on to do Kingdom Hearts 2, which I personally would prefer, because I'm not exactly the most fond of Chain of Memories, but alternatively, I could do either RE Chain of Memories, because that's was included with the HD collection, or I could do the original GBA version, theoretically. Right, from what I recall, you had to be quick here, I think. As, yeah, the platforms just disappeared. You and you have... There we go! 20 chromium orbs. We can potentially buy a map once we get out of here. I think most of the stuff now is just on the lower level. Mostly just, picture frames, from what I recall, yeah. I am quite glad people seem to like the Kingdom Hearts streams, to be perfectly honest. I They do seem a little bit of the shoe-in for me. You know, Final Fantasy, grew up with it, and I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Disney and their more recent practices. So I'm glad people at the very least seem to enjoy it. Let's have a look here. So, let's see, Sulfur Rocks. Nice. So we got all the Bilbies, we got all the Spies. Just have 4 cogs left, 4 orbs left, and a Steve. So far so good, I say. I think I've gotten everything I need to get here. I think. Here I am just second guessing myself again. These two look kind of imposing though, don't they? Just sat up here with their cricket bats in the shadows. Like, yeah, we're so cool, we're gonna mess them up. I think I'm just gonna leave. And since we're here, we may as well take on our first mission we can do here. I mean, technically we can do them in any order. I'm just gonna do the one that's nearest to me right now, as I think we can also get some extra items while we're at it. Hello, you.
Hold it there, commoner.
Commoner.
Your eyes. I am Princess.
Oh, you're Princess Orchid from the first game. Allegedly.
Hey, don't stress out. I was just kidding. I am a princess, though. Say, you're an outsider, aren't you?
Yep, the name's Ty, the Tasmanian tiger.
Roll credits.
Ty, I've heard all about the dangerous, and some might say stupid things you do.
I prefer to think of it as bravery.
I prefer to think of his bravery.
This is the Temple of Karnuk. It's where the bravest of our tribe face trials of danger before they become warriors. Would you like to have a go?
Okay.
The trial is very straightforward. Enter the temple and try to make it out the other side in one piece.
Okay, so either your warriors are strong enough or they just die. Gotcha. Well, then again, I do have the Platinum Port, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, it starts with a cool little grind rail segment. Ooh. Remember this from Sonic Adventure? Alright, that's a nice way to start your trial. Just have fun fighting all these speeders. You prick. I suppose the mightiest warriors would have to face their greatest fears. I'm not saying I'm afraid of spiders, more so just, always hated these guys. Not sure I should be stepping on the skull panels though, just gonna try and avoid them for the time being. There we go. And, alright, I guess I am gonna have to step on these. Oh, there we go. Not sure why I'm so nervous. It's like, I see the skull panel, I'm just thinking bad. Like, historically, stepping on something like that means... Oh, this is nice. Just saw blades and chainsaws in what is supposed to be an ancient training grounds of an ancient warrior race. Okay. I suppose it's sort of reminiscent of Mario in a way, where everything is more so just set dressing and it's all just an act. Starting to get the same feeling here. They really do seem like they're saw blades in this game, huh? I do feel quite nostalgic with those torches at the very least. Oh. I guess this is one of those areas they sort of expected you to have some endgame weaponry just to deal with the overflowers in here. I kind of wonder just how many opals we're going to have by the end of this, because we have basically gotten everything as far as I'm aware. There's nothing else for us to buy. Not this time. It's false. Aha. Okay, so from the looks of the cogs mostly just seem to be located on the western side of the map. Good to know. This area. This is, as far as I'm aware, what Sulphur Rocks is most known for. These platforming sections over lava. We saw a little bit of this back in Mount Boom, but this is sort of where it's most prevalent. You could say it's prevalent throughout most of the game, to be perfectly honest, but I think here's where it's mostly so. Get out of my way. Gonna... No! I'm just thinking, I could just, do this, to be perfectly honest. Just, aim... If I could move to the side a little bit more, just, reorientate them with the Zoomerang. Or the X-Rang. It isn't nice at the very least that, you automatically lock onto the lava boulders. So at the very least make things a little bit easier. Yeah, I think we just have to go through here. I think, as far as I'm aware, this next platinum cog is free. Like, you just get it for going through the challenge, which is nice. And I was expecting, admittedly, a little bit more in terms of using the freezer rank here, but I suppose there's the other mission where it's absolutely required, so... Let's just forge ahead. Alright, this section. This feels sort of the most sort of Legends of the Hidden Temple to me, to be perfectly honest. Just these funny rotating pillars for which you have to jump over. Really just sort of that game show feel. Like, I know in America they have sort of Legends of the Hidden Temple. We have some... I remember as a kid something similar to that, which is, I think, more fantasy-based, a show called Raven. Not to be confused with the Teen Titans character, just, a show called Raven, where you had this, one guy in a cloak and all these kids being led around a forest, doing all these sorts of different challenges, like... And that was... And the elimination challenge was this sort of really difficult thing. They called it the Way of the Warrior. Where it's like you have to go on this really narrow path with all these obstacles, and if you follow the path, you're immediately outed. I don't think they ever saw a person ever get past that, to be perfectly honest. Anyways.
Congratulations, Ty. You survived the Temple of Karnook.
It wasn't too bad.
I hereby declare you an honorary marsupial lion. Here is your reward.
Oh yeah, just casually just give me some no-pulls for my troubles. As well as just completely derailing your entire, I suppose, religion and social structure. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, let's go and help out this one particular... Actually, I'm kind of curious as to where we should go next, because we have two ways we could... You know what, since we're like, they're both the same way, we'll just go for the one that's nearest. There we go, the loading zone. Or at least I think it's the loading zone, or more so just, fun facts, just like, hey, if you're struggling with the uber lizards, you could just use an upgraded rank on them. Even though I already have all of them. I want to check real quick how effective a lava rang is on an uber thrill. Like, you can stun them. In fact, the shockwave can stun quite a few of them, but, I think you're still better off just using explosions, if I'm perfectly honest. Just, like, die. Yeah, I can get up there. I'm kind of curious as to whether there's anything up there, though, if I'm perfectly honest. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It seems as though there's something up here. What are you hiding? Nothing from the looks of it. Okay. Let's go this way then. I think we've gotten the worst of it out of the way. Let's, we'll take the right path, as that is dedicated to this, the main mission of this area. Time will continue once more. There we go. It really is just like hitting them with the world, if you get them right. And we go over here, and, okay, there's just aliens in this setting now. Good to know. The, the kindness camp from that is just an alien. Anyways, I'm not entirely certain as to the nature of collectibles in this area, but this is sort of the big, test of using your freezer-rang with all these, teetering platforms and using the freezer-rang. This is the sort of big test moment, I think. Seems to be something over there. Let me go check first. Don't worry, mates. Just looking for collectibles. Just looking for, stuff to put in me nose. Could you imagine just, it's like you're trapped in a volcano, and you see the rest just coming to your aid, and it's like, oh, but there's still all these collectibles I have to get along the way. Just like, I have to get all the eggs. Like, forget the eggs, I'm dying here. I'm about to be burned alive. Nah, mate, it's fine. I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. Ow. Or, you know, just that happens. They just fall in the lava on the way over and just, fly 50 feet back. And you're like, how the hell does that work? I'm not entirely certain if this was actually the way it was in the GameCube game. I remember this being a lot more slow and methodical, at the very least. Just... And to get on the rock, it's try and move the platform as fast as possible before having to jump off. Here it seemed a lot more smooth, from what I remember.
Tell me what happened from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God.
Nice hot shower. Then I cooked some breakfast. I had a nice hot cup of coffee before...
Skip to the end.
Oh, well, I was exploring this area when one of the pillars...
I will admit I do kind of like those sort of jokes,
I thought I was a goner.
where they take it a little bit too literally.
To the, rescue. Okay, now follow me.
You just casually follow me over all these scorching hot rocks.
Fluffy still has the shadow drive, mate. She's at one of Cass's loading docks just off the coast. Get over there and retrieve the drive ASAP, meaning as soon as possible.
Yes, Maury, I know what ASAP means. I'll be with you as soon as possible. I still gotta find all the picture frames. It really... Just the priorities of the collectathon protagonist, am I right? Not exactly the best people to ask to prioritize something like... I could sort of... I was gonna say I could sort of see why Mario sort of veered off from that, but... Then again, stuff like Odyssey, it's... Just unchecked kleptomania is what it is. Let me just check what's down here real quick. Okay, I think it's all just leading to this one particular central area. Guarded by dangerous killer crocodiles. Not sure if you need the zoomerang for this, but I'm just going to use it just in case. Okay, so that opens that gate. Are there more... Yeah, there are more crocs on this island. Not certain as to where all the picture frames are, but... I think this is the last area we need to check for stuff that isn't just picture frames. With all these spinning platforms. You don't mind me just casually spinning in place. Platform, can you hurry up before I get sick? Thank you. And I think there's an... It looks like there's another collectible over there. Let's go have a look. In your own time, game. I'll just wait. I know it's kind of weird, but for some reason this place reminds me a lot of Sonic Frontiers, or I suppose more specifically, Sonic Frontiers reminds me of this game for some... this area for some reason. I think... mostly Ares Island is, has a similar feel. I'm not sure exactly how I'd quantify it, it just feels very similar, I suppose, in terms of certain level aspects to Ares Island. Anyways, here's Steve.
Hey, this is my secret place.
I'm not sure if this is the last time we get to see him, though.
Gooble, 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 go. Chaka, waka, waka, whoa. Stick a finger in your ear and yell at Google loud and clear. I guess you know the chant now. Well, you can stay. Just be quiet, okay? And don't tell anyone I gave you these.
Thank you. Oh yeah, let me just check real quick. No, there's still one more instance of, Goobu Steve. Good. So let's see. Sulfur Rocks, just have one more cog and 7 more picture frames, which I think the picture frames are gonna be what drives me nuts the most about this particular area. Also, what exactly... oh. I think it's more so just so I could hit that switch there. I suppose an ultimate way of getting on that... what are you there for? Okay, last cog seems to be around here. Now this right here is the one area which, with the mission I really hated as a kid. Like, 100% hated. Could have sworn I knew a particular way. Oh. Okay. Okay, game. I'll still take my cogs. So I think all I need here is the X-Rang. Just to find those last picture frames. Let's see what this area is all about. Hello again.
Guy, are you feeling up to a challenge?
Depends what it is.
Depends on what it is.
Inside this temple is the deadly stone beetle of Rhino Karnook. If you face the beast and live, I will give you a reward.
Why on earth would I want to do that?
3 words. Lots of opals.
I can't argue with that. Okay, I'll give it a go.
Enter the temple when you are ready to go.
Yeah, I used to hate this particular mission as a kid. It's not so bad here, and you may be wondering, oh, well, it's just a, funny grinding segment where you're being chased by this funny beetle. In the original base game, the camera was positioned so focused on the beetle, similar to the gun truck in City Escape. Meaning you couldn't see all the obstacles that were coming ahead of you. Including all these drops. Here, though, you can actually see what's coming ahead of you. So it's not so bad, and I feel just for this alone, this is my definitive favorite way of playing the game now. Well, you still gotta be quick. There is still a beetle trying to mow you down. Oh, and right at the end, there's this particular segment. Good luck figuring that out when you can't actually see it coming ahead of you.
Just survive the...
Let's try that again. I know I can do it. I've done this before. I think it's more so just at the very end you just have to somehow know not to be in the middle at the very end. As I think this is pretty much the major last big grinding segment of the game, or just the big grinding segment, and it really does just play out like most levels from modern Sonic games, where you just got 3 lanes and you gotta jump between them. Suppose you could say it was ahead of its time in that case. You are not going to get me today, Beetle! Not today! There we go.
Whoa! You made it.
It was easy as.
Easy as.
I'm impressed.
Not so much in the original version,
Give your reward,
but
so here it is.
this one, definitely so. So, meaning that all that's left now is those picture frames, which I've still yet to find. Okay, that file brings you to here, and these... Okay, so that's how that works. Time to spend ages trying to find the picture frames here. There's 7 in total. How difficult will they be to find? I wonder. I mean, with the X-Rang, I suppose it's not too bad. It's just trying to remember where I have and haven't been. Fairly certain I already cleared out the southern area. With all the swinging stuff. And the exploding platforms, so... Guess we're just gonna be wandering about for a bit. In classic Thai fashion, just wandering forever throughout a level until you just happen to find the collectibles and then just leaving immediately. Sorry, I don't really have all that much to say at this point. It's just more so just wanting to get all the stuff and going, because... Honestly, I'd say we'd definitely have made pretty decent time, all things considered. I mean, it was just getting all the rest of the stuff in Mount Boom. Meaning, once we got all the stuff in Sulphur Rocks, we should be, for all intents and purposes, up to date with all the collectibles. It's just trying to find these last picture frames. You know, if I can remember where they all are. I doubt they'll be by the lifter bun yet, but I suppose it's worth a look. We'll probably be seeing more of this next part as well, as that's the sort of dedicated lifter bunyip portion of the game. It's like, okay, so you press the throw button to throw the boulders, gotcha. Okay, no, there's no picture frames here, don't mind me. Just feel free to go back to sleep, buddy. I feel these picture frames are some of the worst things to actually go and try and find and collect, to be perfectly honest, because... I mean, for one thing, they don't necessarily have... Oh, there's one. There's another. Okay, good to know that I just have 6 to find now. I mean, if they're just right by the beginning of the level, I wouldn't be opposed to it. In fact, I would be happy. Okay, Sulphur Rocks. That's just 5 left. And if... Please be all by the start of the level. Somehow I doubt it, but... Oh, please. Oh, please. 4. There's just a whole bunch over here as well. Let's have a look. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, we're good. That was surprisingly smooth, all things considered. I was expecting that to be way worse. Let's get the fluff out of here. I'm gonna just defeat Fluffy, and then I'm gonna call it for a stream there. It may be a little bit of a abrupt cutoff, but honestly, I don't particularly mind. I suppose, just to kill some time beforehand, we could try and look for the racetracks that are available to us so far, because as of right now, this part, we haven't really done any of the racetracks, so let's go see if there's any open to us. I presume at the very least there'd be a couple, but of course you can see by the map, the western part of the map isn't exactly the most open to us. Let's go have a look before we fight Fluffy. That's I don't think that's supposedly intended, but wow. That really does look like something out of Mario 64. There's just the end of the world right over there. Don't mind me, coming through. Okay, so that's not available to us. We'll go check in Slice Shack. I don't think that was particularly available to us either. I'm gonna be honest, I think we've already done all the races we can at this point. I don't think they're... It's weird. It's like no real racetracks open up to you at this point in the game which you don't already have access to. You know, even if I do 100% this game, just driving around areas like this is just one of the most comfy things that I can recall doing in a game like this. Okay. So we can't access the western part of the map at this point, so may as well wrap up by fighting Fluffy. Not entirely certain if there's any collectibles I can still get at this point, aside from just rushing all over Baramudji, which I might do once we've beaten Fluffy, just so I can ensure I've gotten as much stuff as I can. So there is still a fair bit of collectible stuff in Baramudji I've yet to get. I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely certain as to whether or not these particular streams will be the best tirade for more of my disjointed Pathfinder stories. I don't think particularly much happened this particular weekend, unfortunately. It was more so just admin stuff, getting locked into the prisoner dilemma, in which we just had like a room filled with like 30 baby orcs and we weren't sure what to do with them. Well, they weren't orcs, they were goblins, so not entirely evil, just usually raised poorly. Though the goblins were the ones that were terrorizing the nearby town anyway, so 100% sure. Also, I always thought this particular field was kind of weird, because obviously, come over here, it just looks like a big mud patch, but as you go into it, just magically sunflowers raise up from the ground around you. I'm fairly certain this was the case in the 2004 version, but it's just funny that it also happens here. Like, you get they probably couldn't put this many sunflowers here for performance reasons, but I would have thought they could have at the very least tried to improve it for the HD re-release with more powerful hardware available, but I do kind of find it still humorous. Anyways, let's go fight Fluffy. The wheels of justice may be slow, but they're moving. This doesn't look anything like where we just came from.
Number one on the least wanted list.
That's rich coming from number one on the...
That comeback was weak.
Now, will you scram? I'm busy.
Not until I get what I came here for.
Another tail ticket? Oh, I can give you that.
So, here we have another fight in the Battle Bunyip. You have Fluff here, who just jumps around the place. You can punch her, and it does damage, but we have these Aqua Fluffies patrolling the grounds. And Battle Mortars. I think you can tell what needs to be done here. We gotta destroy the Battle Mortar, we gotta destroy the Aqua Fluffies, because otherwise they just continuously heal her. So the start of the fight isn't necessarily about damaging Fluffy, it's more so about getting to all the Battle Mortars in time. And destroying all the Aqua Fluffies so you can actually damage Fluffy. And here, of course, we get the full version of her theme, which definitely is quite a saucy little number, I must say. Just really going nuts with that guitar. Also, as you can probably tell, as the fight goes on, she sends more of these mines to slowly terrorize you. Get out of here, Fluffy. I find it kind of humorous how she just clings onto the side and you just punch her off. Yeah, and while she's busy, just gonna casually blow up this Aqua Fluffy. Hurry up before the mines get to me. Yeah, and she destroys the Battle Mortar you used. So you can only use one Battle Mortar for one of the Aqua Fluffies, which I suppose is fair. Well, this is the only other area of the game, aside from the prologue, where you actually get to use the Battle Mortar. And I guess it's nice that you get to use it more than once at the very least, but at the same time, it does kind of feel like a bit of a waste, if I'm brutally honest. Just get out of here. And the nice little bonus is that I already have you down to half health, so, bye. Alright, and you have these things constantly trailing you as you go throughout the fight. Basically, you don't want to stand still too much. That, went down easier than I was anticipating, to be brutally honest. Come to Papa.
Thank you.
Not bad. Not bad at all. You're almost as good as me. You know, Ty, still not too late to join us.
You're still on this? The answer's still no.
In your dreams, Fluffy.
If that's the way you feel, so be it. But don't expect any special favors next time we meet.
Yeah, get out of here. Still don't know what you're seeing her. Oh, there actually are Frillis' piloting those, I just noticed.
In recovering the Shadow Drive, Ty? No worries. What is it?
It's a component for a brand new power bunyip.
Wow.
To see it in action soon enough. Good one. This data nut. is
Data nut.
encrypted. I suspect it may contain clues pertaining to.
So it leads you to wonder what exactly Fluffy was doing with it.
Indeed. I'll call
As far as we know, it could contain false information to mislead us.
Min Mining needs your help. They're doing demolition work and have run out of explosives. Swing by Julius to grab some of his new U-Butte explosives and hightail it over to the mines.
So yeah, we're not going to be doing any more missions this stream. Just going to run around a little bit, see if I can pick up some more collectibles, because I'm fairly certain there's still a fair few that I missed over here in Bush Rescue HQ, and I suppose by extension Burramudgeetown. No real clue where... I would have no real clue as to if I've missed any of the picture frames that are in the sewers. As it is, as you can probably tell, very easy to get lost in there. Okay, so we get some picture frames here at the very least, that's nice. I mean, you generally just seem to get a good handful of opals just by running around this particular area, it seems. As this is basically the Rainbow Cliffs of the of this game. It was kind of weird though. I would have expected to be a lot more collectibles just hidden behind all of these rang requirements. Like the Thunder Rang here just gives you opals. Oh yeah, from what I remember, there were just a whole bunch of picture frames hidden in this particular area. Okay, it was just picture frames. Could have sworn it was something to that effect. There's generally a whole bunch of collectibles that you can just grab in this particular part of the HQ. We gotta do it. Yeah. I know not all of the opals spawn, but I already bought everything, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so they basically just expect you to use the Lasherang over here. I do kind of appreciate this about some Bush Rescue HQ, the fact that they just have all these areas from which you can just test out all your stuff. Yeah, and there's a picture frame in there. So let's see, Burramudgeetown, there's still 16 of those need to get, and it really is just picture frames I'm missing in this area. We'll just go for a little bit longer, see how many I can find. If anything, I could just look them up a little bit later. Any that I missed. Still can't believe I managed to just get that one Pilpy without requiring the Lasherang. Also, not entirely certain how we're supposed to get these. Can you? Yeah, why are there crates here? This is supposed to be a runway, right? Just why? May as well check if there's anything. Oh, I think I recall there being just a bunch of invisible crates around by the spy eggs in this area. I think those might have some picture frames. Yeah, it's like, yeah, X-Rang goes absolutely haywire around here, so... No. 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 Okay, I think it really is just most of the X-Rangs, the invisible crates here just have opals in them, which is a shame. I mean, it's nice once you're starting out, but I'm not starting out. I'm looking for collectibles. Just a whole 6 that I'm missing at this point. We'll just go around Burramudgeetown a little bit, see if I can find anything else. It really is weird that most of the stuff here is just opals. mean, it's not, again, it's just nice. But so many challenges here, and all you get is opals. I'm guessing most of the actual collectibles are in Baramajitan, so let's have a look at Baramajitan for a little bit. And we can also get our next map as well, which should be helpful for the next stretch of the game. As we still have a fair few bilbies we need to get. Let me get up here. Let me get up here. There we go. Hopefully these last few picture frames won't be too hard to find. But first, I need to go visit someone.
Welcome back, my friend.
Let's see, missing Steves. There's only one Steve left in the game. It is kind of weird that you don't get a picture frame map in this game. I know you do in the third. Yeah, we'll do missing persons as there's more of those.
Farewell, friend.
Obviously no bilbies here, thankfully, as we already got everything but the picture frames in this area, so we'll just, I suppose, just wander around for a bit. Get immersed in the sights and sounds of good old Baramajitan, this lovely place. Well, there's invisible crates here. Oh, there's no picture frames in these, that's a shame. There has to be something I'm missing. There's 6 of these around here. It's not a big deal, I can probably just look it up afterwards, so I can make absolutely sure at the start of the stream, like, oh, here's where those last 6 picture frames were. Wasn't I a big dum-dum? Yeah, it's been so long since I played through this, I don't remember absolutely everything, which is a shame. Still have no idea how to get up to that palisade.
Hello, toy.
Let's see, nothing in here, it's mostly just opals. Just opals. Opals. I think I already got these. What did I miss? Is the question of the day.
Hello there.
As the most obvious place to check would be the sewers, but I'm already pretty certain I find Krome, those is what I was gonna say. Fine-tooth comb. Yep, just more money, which I don't need. I mean, it's nice, it's just there's nothing for me to spend it on unless I go back and see. Trader Bob, do you have anything more for me? I have 18 cogs. So I can get the wetsuits, I can get the safari, and that's about it. Wait, I got 8 still. I can get sunshine. There we go. So now there's just, by the looks of it, 17 more cogs left to get, if I'm correct. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Gonna have a look, see where those last picture frames were, and then we'll pick it up with what is looking to be the last gauntlet this game has to throw at me. So until then, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care. Bye-bye.